What's going on, guys? This is the DeFi Crypto Line show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world, because crypto is the biggest opportunity over the next little while, and nothing's even close. Welcome along on the journey, you guys. We're pumped to have you here. Corey, take it away.
Good morning, Pulsakins. How are you doing out there today in crypto land? It's still pretty boring from what I could see, but it's a good time to create liquidity positions. It's a good time to kind of DCA and kind of figure out where you're going to DCA with the price chart just moving sideways and kind of like, just boring, right? Like go out there, create some value, bring some new money into your world and use some of that money to buy some of these assets. Never financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Neither do we play one on TV. This is what we're doing with our money and with our time. But it's been quite interesting. I was scrolling through Twitter this morning and all the credit goes to Hans on this one. I really like Hans. He's a trader. I'm not a trader, but he's a very seasoned trader and he's more of a swing trader. He's not like a day trader. He's a swing trader and he understands cycles. He understands timing. And I like that he addresses all markets and price charts and what's going on in the, multiple ecosystems. If you ever watch a stream, he addresses it without any emotion, which is a very hard skill, in my opinion, to master, especially when you're invested in an asset. It's hard to go in and look at that asset without any biases. And I feel like he has a very good job of doing that. So I want to give him a lot of credit. I like following him. I feel like he's one of the smarter individuals in our community as far as the TA stuff goes. And he pointed it out today. We can even show the chart that he pointed to and alluded to, that the others BTC is breaking out, meaning the altcoins, which should signify a beginning. Doesn't mean we're going to go flying 20, 50x tomorrow, guys. So I think we still have a lot of lull time ahead of us. Not a month or two. I could be wrong, but this is showing us that the altcoins are starting to catch a bid versus BTC. BTC is kind of like just hanging out in that $60,000 range. We need it to go up also, but what we want is the altcoins to go up more than what BTC is doing. And so this could be it. I don't know, for 3.5 years, this is interesting data, Dane. Sami had pointed this out. I think it was one of yesterday's videos or the video for that. For 3.5 years, and of course, me and you have experienced this, 3.5 years, altcoin has been in complete pain versus BTC. So that's a very interesting statistic, and it's an eye opener too. That let me know how I'm going to play the next cycle. But man, so if this could be the breakout we're looking for, and it doesn't mean it doesn't mean it will 100% break out. It could fake out and come back down, and it could hang out in this channel for a little while. Like it just looks like it's breaking out. And from a technical analysis standpoint, it printed that nice W. It's above that middle part of the W. And so it's showing strength that it is breaking out. So it should come up, it should come back and retest. And then, I don't know, let's see. It's very interesting though, to see that, we're following the cycle. Gosh, we're in a movie. The script has already been written, and it's so funny. The stuff that's playing out is with time, and the time aspect of all this stuff, it just holds all true. And Hans even said that. He's like, what's more important than the technical analysis of all this is the time analysis of all this. He says that's what's more important. He believes, and I hope this is true. This would be, oh my gosh, talk about creating wealth. He believes the 4-year cycle will never be broken because of the global liquidity, because of time analysis. That's just how this works with human emotions and everything else that is involved in markets, which is a very interesting theory. You know what also follows a 4-year cycle in markets is the Russell. I didn't know this. I learned it from Saul. Russell is basically all the shit stocks, if you want to call that the shit coin stocks. They're not coins or stocks, but it's like the garbage stocks, and they pump every 4 years when the global liquidity rises. Well, it's very interesting. I think Sami was talking about it got crushed on our little, like, what is that? The Japanese yen carry trade. What the hell that was called? It got crushed on that, but it's already recovered the move that it got crushed on. Could it break out and do what it's going to do? I don't know. I mean, like, I'm just here along for the ride. But it's always so interesting to me that it just seems like that we're right on cue with the cycle. And everyone on Twitter is like fudding out and bitching and crying and moaning, and RH needs to do this and do that. Like, dude, like it's all about the time. Like, just, and if you can't handle the time, you can sell your bags. I mean, that's always an option. Like, guys, there's nothing holding your hands to those bags. You can just let them go and then go and live your life and do whatever you want. I mean, that's always an option, and but I see the bigger picture. So I am not dropping my bags. In fact, I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to DCA next. I'm like, gosh, Pulse, can you just like drop another 20% for I can throw the rest of my stables in? No, you just want to hang out and just do sideways. You're going to go sideways for how long, man? Like, come on. And now we got the others BTC chart breaking out. I'm like, man, are we going to go down? I don't know. We could. We need a whale to sell their bags, man. We need a what's his name? A Nick Cherry. We need a Nick Cherry to step in right now and push sell. Just go, and then dump the price just for momentarily. Hopefully after Dane sells his rental.
All right, I'm close. I think we'll close next week if this
Let's
appraiser and get it together, man.
I am happy for you, man. That is exciting times. If you can get that in down here in this lull time that we're experiencing, I think you're going to be all right, sir.
This is John. We totally feel you on this. Yeah, it'll go sideways till you DCA. Then it'll.
So maybe I should just put
DCA just a little so you can get the dip.
I should put like $100 in today to see if that will initiate the dip. And then I can come in and scoop it up with the rest of my bag. But I mean, how many times have we done that, right? Like we get kind of like almost frustrated with the time that, we run sideways or what, and we DCA and then it drops. It's like, oh gosh, if I'd have been just a little bit more patient. And a little bit like last night, I was itching. I'm like, no, Corey, just, go to bed. Like, I was like, before I was going to go to bed, I was like, just put it in, man. Just go to bed, wake up and work and do your thing. And so here we are. Now the others BTC charts breaking out. So we'll see how this affects the overall crypto markets or the overall ecosystem of Pulse Chain. We still have some events or news, news types of events coming up that are still on the horizon that we don't know. We don't know the results yet. It's looking bullish and it's looking positive, but that stuff is still, we got October. They're still supposed to file the response. I think this week or next. And I think Nuclear Herbs was talking about he can tell from the response of RH attorneys, he'll be able to tell what the initial response from the SEC was and be able to get a read of where they're standing in negotiations. That's what he was saying. So it'll be interesting to see what he says out of this. He's an attorney, so he can read attorney, right? It's a skill set. I mean, the guy, I met him in Vegas, really cool cat, man. Really cool guy. He's an older gentleman. He loves the ecosystem. He loves the community, but man, he practiced law for his entire life and he's retired now. And so, he's got a lot of experience in the game, and it's really, really cool that we got individuals like that in our community. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel really good that we got individuals like that coming in, and I don't know if I can't remember if he's like a day one Hexagon or if he came in during the Pulse Chain sacrifice, But either way, I mean, he sees opportunity. He likes what he sees, and he's there to educate us and help us stay a little bit calm during these troubled times, which is cool.
That's cool. Paul tagged us in a post here. Shout out to you, Paul. Thanks for doing that. He's saying, and I agree. Yeah, you look at something like this, adding to the others BTC chart. Pump Grayscale announced they've got a creation of a new single asset crypto investment fund available through private placement for AVAX. Huh. How interesting. And AVAX hasn't done crap this whole cycle. In fact, if we
it did a 3x during the pre-halving altcoin season. It was about a 3x. Yeah, go to Deck Screener and take a look at her. It's a chain that is getting some buzz of like Elio Trades and Alex Becker. They're big gaming guys, like the gaming tokens and all that. And AVAX is supposed to catch, a pretty good sized bid in the gaming sector on this cycle is what they're anticipating. Now, whether it comes true or not, who the hell knows, right? Like they're giving forward thinking, market thoughts. I don't know. You might have to do like a wrapped AVAX, Dane, or something. Down there I see a WAVX that's in the pool. So you might have to do like a wrapped AVAX to USDC. See if that pops up. AVAX was around last cycle, and it did really well. In fact, they did a forced altcoin season. Credit to Sami on this one. I learned it from him. They came in and they injected $180 million into the chain. But basically, it's catching a little bit of it looks like a W.
You got a little bit of a pump here. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Look at that. You see it back in the pre-altcoin season, it did a little bit of a run. It's we'll see what happens with it. See there, August.
What is this? This is about
it's about 6x or 5. Okay, I maybe it was Phantom that did a 3x. Okay, that's pretty impressive all the way into like April. So I mean, hey, can it do well this cycle? I think so. I mean, if you're wanting to diversify into another layer one, I mean, there you go. There's an option, right? Like you can go and buy some AVAX or go buy some gaming tokens on AVAX as leverage for AVAX and see.
Yeah. Is that over 153 days? Interesting. Yeah. Go sell everything for AVAX right now.
Meh. I mean,
just kidding.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a thought that you can, flirt with if you want to diversify. But and it probably will do well because of the gaming narrative. I don't think the gaming narrative is gone. It's a second cycle narrative. It was here around last cycle. I remember last cycle with the gaming narrative. Man, it was strong. In fact, I made some money on a few gaming tokens. And it was strong last cycle. Like everyone was talking about it. Crypto Banter was talking about gaming tokens. Obviously, Elio Trade and Alex Becker. All the big influencers and accounts. Now they're probably dumping in all our heads. I mean, I get it. Right? That's how it works. But gaming, man, it caught a massive bid last cycle, and so. We'll see what it does this cycle. I don't know. I own Citus over on Ethereum. Citus is kind of like a blue chip gaming token. It did a bit of a pump in this pre-altcoin season. It gave me some gains. Sold a little bit and bought back in. I sold a little bit for some RH assets, and when I saw it correct, I came and bought my position back. But it's one of the blue chip gaming tokens on Ethereum, and I think it still could do pretty well. So I got a little diversification in there, and I don't own a whole lot. But you can look for some of those if you're wanting to diversify. It's up to you.
Yeah,
98, 99% of my stuff, guys, is in the RH ecosystem.
Yep, I'm the same. This was I'm trying to find the tweet. This was kind of cool. Yeah, Sami's out there sharing,
making friends.
sharing stuff, and the 6ix9ine the rapper is responding to his stuff, which is interesting. You're
Mhm.
starting to see, well, not starting. You've been seeing celebrities come in and launch coins and doing different things. 6ix9ine is interacting with Sami, which is a good thing.
I
Yeah,
wonder
fun.
what his new tweet is. No, there's another one right now. Yeah, I wonder. That's interesting. You want to go look him up, Dane, and see what it is. Let's see if he's
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
what's he shilling now. He was shilling something yesterday that was not Pulse Chain. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was Tron.
The
Tron's catching
Sami
him.
was, or
No, the
the
rapper.
6ix9ine?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Tron.
wasn't really talking. I didn't see him talking anything about Pulse Chain. He just responded to Sami.
Yeah. Oh no. Let me see. Let me
I'm
search it real
looking.
quick. Never using the trash platform. You want to get rug? Go call Richard Hart. I learned about his ass. That's what he said. That would be freaking sick. If, let me see. Just this mentioning his name would be. Let me look him up. I'm not following him because I didn't want to follow. That's the problem. I didn't want to follow him. There we
No.
go. I found him. Money make. Oh, here we go. Never using this trash platform. If you want to get rug, go call Richard Hart. I just learned about his ass. That's interesting. What trash platform is he referring to, though?
Probably Pulse Chain.
No, he's got a picture of something that's I don't know what this is. No, it's not Pulse Change referring to. That's yeah. I don't understand entirely what the tweet means. I don't think he's referring to Pulse Chain.
Interesting.
He's saying that Richard Hart, go call Richard Hart. He said he just learned about him. But when he said I've never used this trash platform, he's showing a picture of like it looks like a bunch of NFTs, and I'm trying to see what blockchain it's on, and I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Can you interpretate this tweet, Money Game, like we're in third grade? What trash platforms he got this picture of? Like, what is this? Like,
Oh, I see. I see what you found
I don't
here.
know what it is.
Oh, they've got a bunch of 6ix9ines, probably like NFTs. They're trying to get people to buy stuff.
Oh, look at this. He says, You're like the music industry's version of Richard Hart. And he goes, I can't disagree. He goes, I don't like that MF, but I can't look away. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. I think we'll see what Sami can do as far as his effect, and that's very you know what? If Pulse Chain were to catch a bid and we start seeing some green candles, this could be the setup for him to come in and start shilling. It could be. He just,
Agreed.
right now it's hard because Pulse Chain, it's just boring and running sideways. Like, how do you sell something like that? Let's see what happens after we see some green candles, and let's see if because he's honestly, bro, he's retail. He's like the top of retail, right? He's coming in. Maybe he was going to make a coin, or maybe he's still going to make a coin, and like
Well, make no mistake, coins got to be coming.
Yeah, he's retail, man. He's a retail with money, but he's got a big influence. He's got a big audience. Even him saying talking about Richard Hart in any kind of context is it's good publicity. It's good.
Agreed.
Yeah. Oh, Pump Fund. Oh, he's referring to that. So that's the Solana platform where anyone can go create a coin. Okay, I get it. So basically, he's referring to Pump Fund. Haha, they'll see the comments soon. See, man, that's fascinating. So he's saying, hey, I'm not using this shit over here in Solana. You guys should be listening to Richard Hart. That's interesting, bro. Like, he's starting to come around. And I can tell you, man, you get a green candle, and that's how you really bring him around. Like, he's already got it seated. That's great. It's going to be a momentum, bro. Same as Ivan. Yeah, Ivan Attack's amazing. Ivan Attack still talks about us, which is cool, even when we're in the dirt. Yeah, people are
No,
making fake.
I think what he's saying, don't use this trash platform. If you want to get rugged, Richard will rug you. I mean,
Is that what he
yeah,
said? I didn't take it that way.
never using this trash platform.
Let
If
me
you
go
want to
back.
get rugged, go call Richard Hart. I just learned about him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
he
we
says
go.
that if you want to get
Yeah,
rugged, go call Richard Hart. You know what I mean? I think it's pretty
yeah, but
sweet.
I think he's saying, I don't know. I think he's saying like, because Richard Hart, like he's probably watching his Richard Hart talks about all these things in his videos. I don't know. I could be misreading it. That's for sure. Either way, it's good. But he
We
said, now
need we
look in
need
the tweet,
punctuation, sir.
look in the tweet below, because he said that the guy said, "You're the Richard Hart of music videos." He's like, yeah. He goes, I don't like him, but I can't look away. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
All
John
marketing,
Wallace
all
thinks
marketing
RH
is
is
good marketing at this point. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Agreed.
And we'll see if Sami, I mean, he watches Sami's videos. That's interesting. We'll see if Sami can have an influence on him.
Yeah, it will be interesting. So they're coming, man. They're gonna come more. I think
It's,
I
I
love
mean,
seeing that
we'll see.
others BTC chart. I know Sami talked about that a lot, and he was posting. You could see it hanging on a thread there, and he was saying, can we recover from here? And then magically, it's recovering just like previously. So,
Isn't it funny how that works?
oh, it's really uncanny, frankly. Like it's pretty nuts. It really is. And
Yeah.
everybody's always looking for the reason why the chart's doing things. And man, it's pretty uncanny how you can go back and just look at the time analysis.
That's it. That's it. All you need is time. That's it. And understanding all the time analysis, of course, right? Like you got to know when this stuff is, you got to be a student of the time analysis in the market cycles, become a student of it. And then you can kind of see where you're at.
Yep.
As long as you spell your name right.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. What's up, yo,
Yeah.
Mackie? Glad you're here. Yeah, caught us live. Welcome along. It's good to have you here.
Yep.
I think Paul's comment here is good. He says, where'd it go? Let me find it. Yeah, man has not even had to learn the hard lessons of the bear, and he's still fading us. He's gonna learn some hard lessons this cycle.
Well, it's easy to fade when you go look at the price chart and everything's down 80 to 99% on that ecosystem. Like you go in there and look at Hex, for example, right now, and especially if you're looking at eHex, you're like, oh man, Richard Hart rugged this protocol, right? Like it looks that way right now, but wait till green candles come around. Then it's, like Sami says, green candles makes everyone smarter. And that's when everyone wants to buy. Like yeah. I mean,
He's just playing the momentum, right? All the attention's
that's
over at
all it
Solana,
is.
so he's playing the momentum. Yeah, I agree.
That's all it is. So,
Yep.
yeah, well, it's your job as the investor to dive in and spot opportunity and inefficiencies in the marketplace and invest when nobody else is investing. And that's when it's the hardest and makes you the sickest to your stomach when you're putting the money in. I know, because I remember when we had the SEC FUD, I like literally was forcing myself. And I know I told this story on stream before, but I'm forcing myself the DCA during that time. And it did not feel good, guys. That was like the most disgusting feeling of what I was doing with my money. I just felt like I was flushing it down the toilet. But I kept with my resolve and my beliefs, and and then it finally caught a bid in January. And here we are again. It's not, we're in the kind of the same lull sideways down there in that SEC FUD price point, and it's just, yeah. So is this your second chance to go in, do a dollar cost average in before you get the next Elio wave up? I don't know. Maybe not. But I mean, I see a lot of opportunity here with everything on the horizon.
Agreed. Make it to September, October. That's what we've been saying for a little while now. Just hanging out,
I
being
think
patient.
I think you can make it to October this year, and at least you'll kind of finally get a little bit of relief maybe on the depressed pricing, right? That's what I think. Going in to October, stuff starts catching, some buyers, and then, and then topping out somewhere in December, January. I do believe there will be kind of a buy the rumor, sell the news, whether he wins or not. Like I believe, like, so be careful, guys, going into the October court date. Like, if we're starting to see a big pump leading into that October court date, most likely it's traders, right? Like, and it's a buy the rumor, sell the news. Be careful with that. Because no matter what, after the October court date, or maybe right before, a lot of times that buy the rumor, sell the news stuff happens like a little before the event actually happens. It's weird how it works. And I could see like some massive sell-offs and traders doing their thing. Even if it's good news coming out of the court date, like say they dismiss it, I could still see a big sell-off, and then catching a massive bid, later, maybe 2 weeks, a month later, whatever, like going. But I see that being a massive buy the rumor, sell the news. So be careful, guys, especially if we really start pumping into that court date. Don't go FOMO buying. If you haven't picked up your bags before then, I would say that's probably one of the worst times, in my opinion, to pick some bags up is FOMO buying the October court date. I just don't.
Yeah.
I see that just being carnage just for a small moment of time. And yeah, so my thoughts, not financial advice. I have no idea. Maybe it goes and does 100x, Dane. Maybe I was wrong.
Overnight.
But if you buy these depressed prices, like now, like if you come in and dollar cost average now, and you just sit that little buy the rumor, sell the news out in October, like who cares? Like whatever. You got your bags at such a deep discount, you should be okay even after the correction. Or maybe you could even have a little bit of an extra bag in your portfolio for that buy the rumor, sell the news, if you wanted to play along with it and try to catch some gains and then sell if you think that maybe that's what's happening, and then kind of buy back in. I mean, I can see like a Hans doing that, right? Like, I don't know, you speculate on this stuff. And but for me, man, you buy down in these depressed prices, like you're good. Like, just don't go buying it when it's freaking pumping to the moon. FOMO buying because you feel like you missed out. That's the worst time to be buying. Buy when it makes your stomach sick. Like right now, like when you just don't feel good, and it's like, man, I put it in there and I just threw another $5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand away. That it's gone. Bye bye. Like that's how you're supposed to feel, I think.
Right.
So
good stuff. I like it, man.
Yeah, interesting. So it's going to be a fun time, guys. Just lean in. Dollar cost average if you got some funds on the side, and it's not financial advice, it's what we're doing. Buy these depressed prices and stay out of the way when the traders start making their moves, going in the Richard Hart court date. And it should be a fun time. I'm going to try to be out there, guys. If any of you guys are going to be out there for the court date, I know they're having, there's some like 2 or 3 events going on for this. And like, I'm going to do everything I can to be out there at least for a couple of days. I'm probably not going to go I'm not going to go pay like $2,500 to Pulse Chain, whatever the tour. I'm just going to go out there and hang out. And if you guys are out there and want to have coffee, have lunch, and I want to just go out there and network with you guys. And just be there for support to see what transpires out of that. And meet some of you guys who I would love to meet. Like, for example, Randy Halarski is going to be out there. I'm excited for that, to meet him in person. Feel like I've became really good friends with him just through virtual meetings and virtual like this, which is most of crypto. And so it'll be fun to meet some of you guys and hang out and get to know you guys a little bit more on a personal basis. I'm going to try to go out to Randy's event in January. We'll see how our schedule lines up during that time. He's doing an event in Panama with the No Permission group. I think he's already got like 30 or 40 people booked at this point, which is kind of cool. Like Panama, I've never been to Panama. I've been to Costa Rica, but I've never been to Panama. So it's a country I wouldn't mind visiting and checking out. And especially if somebody's from there and they know all the good restaurants, they know what to go sightsee. I love that. Like, I love going to a place and hanging out with a local. So that way I'm not like spinning my wheels and wasting my time. And yeah, so that might also be on the docket for the beginning of next year. That might line up too, Dane, if January is the no permissions event and we're seeing that like altcoin season.
Mark the top of the next move up.
It might, right? That could mark the top, man. I mean, I'm going to be showing up there and they're like, Corey, hey, what's up, Pulsican? I'm like, yeah, I'm not a Pulsican right now. Like, can you call me in a month? And I might be a Pulsican again. I sold my bag. I don't know, right? Like, it's fun to think about. Yeah, imagine like 100 or 200 of them out there all partying and celebrating. Yeah, that'd be an euphoric moment. Just like in this last altcoin season. Now, I was there for this. I was in Vegas, and literally when we topped, when Ink hit like $10, PulseX hit the sacrifice price, there was like 20 of us Pulsicans, Hexicans in a karaoke room for the Pulse Chain tour, all screaming and celebrating and dancing. And like, it was this big euphoric. I should have like, I don't know why I didn't go right home and sell my bag, because like it was insane. Like, all the guys were in the room and you had all the big influencers there. You had RG3 there. You had Crypto Coffee there. You had like all these big influencers, and they're all in the dollar cost crypto was there. And they're screaming and dancing and like all this craziness. I was like, man, should have went home and sold my bags into that.
Right. That was the top.
Yeah, you live and learn, man. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's fun.
That's an interesting one. Oliver says in the Bitcoin halving years, Q4 was always a green quarter. And all years except the bear market years, we had at least 2 green quarters. So far in 2024, we only have 1 green quarter so far. Huh. That's an interesting data point. Yeah, maybe. I think a lot of people are anticipating Q4 being green. Yeah, I'm curious to see.
I think it will be. I mean, going into Christmas, I think we're going to see some good times. But I could also be wrong. We could stay wrecked, and we might not see good times in the middle of next year. That's always a possibility, right? Like, but then that wouldn't follow the cycle or the time analysis of every single time. So we'll see. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Like, and you just got to go through and see.
Agreed.
So,
cool. Anything else you want to cover today, Corey? That was good.
Yeah, man, it's boring out there. It's kind of a lull time. You know, Brazology always says we always cut it short when the shit's boring. Like, yeah, what do we talk about? Like, it's great.
Right.
You know, dollar cost average in, build your bags, don't FOMO into the October pump. And others, BTC's breaking out. That's great news. I hope it continues to break out, because that would be good for the entire crypto space. And but we'll see. It would be interesting. Oliver says it would be the first time in history if we have red months, but we'll see. Yeah, that's, you know, once again, you don't bet against the cycle or the time analysis. That's the one thing that seems to hold true more than anything. Can it be changed? Sure. But, you know, anything can happen, right? But as of to this point, we really haven't seen that. So we're right on track with the cycle. I remember when everyone was talking about left translated cycle this and all like economy going through a recession that, or like all the timing, and it's like none of it's playing out. And it looks like we're having a normal cycle going into 25. Does it mean that we're not going to get a recession and then we can't see it? Of course we could. And it could happen after we top out in crypto. I don't know. This is all speculation. So it's very interesting. I'll just be following the smart guys who are smarter than me, because me and Nate were talking about this before in the green room, and my superpower is just copy and paste. Like, I know guys who are smarter than me. I'm going to listen to them. I know the guys who are not smarter than me and who just are toxic. I'm not going to listen to them. And that's it. And lean in.
I like it. I agree completely.
Smash the likes and hit the subscribe, guys. Come on. Like, what are you doing out here? Like, help us bring the good word of crypto through not only the bear market, but the bull run will be fun too.
Yeah, this is interesting. Oliver with the Nuggets today. 2016
Yeah.
with 4 months of green. 2020 with September and red. And so are we going to see Rectember? And then we have 3 green months to be determined. Yeah,
It is interesting.
It is.
Okay.
Cool, guys. Well, like Corey said, smash the likes and subscribes on your way out. There'll be lots more to talk about as the market trends up over the coming months, and we appreciate you guys.
See you guys. Peace.